I just want to say that my sorority experience is my sorority experience. It's not yours or anyone else's, and you may have experienced completely different things, and I've had really, really positive associations with Greek life and with being in a sorority, and I hope that that's the experience for other people out there, but if it's not, I'm just talking about my experience, so I just wanted to put that out as a little disclaimer. I know it's different for everyone, but these are my thoughts on the subject. Hey guys, as many of you know, I'm in a sorority, and since I announced I was rushing and wanted to join one, I've gotten so many questions about sororities and what a big is, what a little is, questions about sorority life in general, recruitment, things like that. So today I thought I would start my first in a series of videos talking about sorority life and talking about recruitment outfit ideas, all that fun stuff, since I know a lot of you will be entering freshman year, going through recruitment, deciding about whether or not to join, things like that. So I just wanted to start off this series with a general overview of what a sorority is and just kind of talking about some commonly held misconceptions that I would like to clear up. So I'll try to cover the basics, but if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below and I'll try to answer them either there or in an upcoming video. So let's get started. So I'm going to start off by defining a sorority, since not everyone knows what they are. Google defines it as a society for female students in a university or college, typically for social purposes, and I think that's accurate. I think it's really hard to describe what it's like to be in a sorority to someone who isn't in it, because yes, that technically defines it, but it's really so much more than that. Okay, so next I'm going to talk about recruitment, because we're going to try to follow a logical chain of events. Recruitment is the process through which you choose what sorority you want to join and through which sororities gain new members, and it's a really, really fun process in my opinion. I loved it. I thought it was so much fun. If you're at all on the fence about joining a sorority, just go through recruitment. At the very least, it's a good way to meet other girls, and that was one of the things that I was really craving when I went to college. I didn't have a good group of friends. I moved across the country and I just really wanted some good girlfriends to hang out with and things like that. And recruitment is a really good way to do this, because you're with a group of girls going through this whole process and you're bound to get to know them and make some friends. So I thought it was a really fun process. I'm going to do a whole video talking about it, but basically don't be afraid of recruitment. Just be yourself and go into it with a positive attitude. Just have fun, talk to the girls. It's a ton of girl flirting. It's really tiring. Bring snacks. And just enjoy the whole process, because I think it's really, really fun, and just trust in the universal forces of the sorority world, because you will end up where you're supposed to be. I know that I definitely found my home on campus, and I'm so happy that I went in without any preconceived notions or plans on where I wanted to be, because that can oftentimes lead to upset. Now, another huge question that always comes up when I talk about recruitment is, what do I wear for recruitment? And girls, don't fret, I will be doing a whole video about it. I loved dressing for recruitment. It was stressful, but it was really, really fun, and it's a nice time to show off your personal style and things like that. So I'm going to try to do an outfit video the next few weeks to month. I'm not entirely sure whether I'll do it now or right when I go back to school, but I'll try to get that up for you, because I know a lot of recruitment start at different times. So comment below telling me when your recruitment week is. Mine isn't until mid-September, I don't think. I should definitely know this. Moving on to sorority life in general, I got a ton of questions being like, Anna, what's a big? Because I was like, I love my big Olivia, she's the best. A big is essentially an older girl in your sorority who's supposed to be like your older sister. And obviously, all the members of a sorority are sisters, but your big is supposed to be there for you specifically, and she's kind of supposed to mentor you and be someone you can always talk to, your best friend, your confidant, your partner in crime, whatever you want to call it. But in the beginning, your big is a secret, except your big knows who their little is, because they're planning an amazing week for you. At least at my school it's a week. I don't know how long it is at other schools, but for us it's a week, and it's called Big Little Week. And during Big Little Week, your big decorates your room, brings you surprises, showers you with gifts, all these things like that. And it's just supposed to be a time for her to show you how excited she is to have you as her little, and just kind of make you feel really special. My Big Little Week was actually magical. I'm gonna post some pictures on my blog, so if you want to see pictures from that, definitely go check it out. It was amazing. My big Olivia is the best. I love her so much. I miss her so much. We're supposed to Skype today, I think. But anyway, I actually had the most amazing week, and throughout that entire time, she's a secret. She's sneaking in your room. You don't know who she is. And then at the end of the week, you have big little reveal, and you find out who she is, and then you become her little, and she's your big, and then you become a whole part of a family, because your big has a big, and she's your grandbig, and your grandbig has a big, and she's your great-grandbig, and your great-grandbig has a grandbig, and she's your great-great-great-grandbig, on and on and on. So you become a whole part of this family, and sometimes bigs will take twins and things like that. and so you'll have these huge extended families, which is really fun because it makes the sorority a little bit smaller, and it gives you some people who are really close to you and are always looking out for you. My big has been my mom on many occasions, my best friend, and everything else in between, and I am just so happy that I ended up with her. But enough gushing, that's what a big is. They are awesome, and I think everyone should just have one because they really do make life better. Now, I'm going to go on to misconceptions, and I just want to talk about a couple here because there really are a lot, but I just thought I would get these out there. And I just want to say that my sorority experience is my sorority experience. It's not yours or anyone else's, and you may have experienced completely different things, and I've had really, really positive associations with Greek life and with being in a sorority, and I hope that that's the experience for other people out there, but if it's not, I'm just talking about my experience, so I just wanted to put that out as a little disclaimer. I know it's different for everyone, but these are my thoughts on the subject. First of all, everyone is like, you join a sorority to buy your friends, because yes, sororities cost money, you pay dues. If you want to talk about it like that, and you want to say you're buying friends, technically you pay money to be a part of an organization, but the girls in there are not forced to hang out with each other. We hang out with each other because we genuinely like each other's company, and yes, we met through this organization, but people who are part of like mountaineering clubs or things like that probably pay dues to buy their equipment or things like that. Like, money's just involved because we want to be able to host our formal, and we want to be able to go on sisterhood events and things like that, and the easiest way to do that is to just collect money from everyone so everyone shares an even burden. And it's really not about buying your friends or anything like that. I don't hang out with the people because I feel obligated to, or because they paid to be my friend or anything like that. You hang out with the people because you genuinely enjoy their company. Second misconception. Sorority girls are often considered to be like vapid, catty, blonde, bimbo-y type girls, and that is just not the case. In my sorority, there are not that many blondes. I mean, there are blondes. There's an average proportion of blondes. I'm not blonde, I'm in a sorority, and everybody there is so smart and so driven and intelligent, and the cattiness level is not astronomically high or anything. I think it's about average for a group of girls who hang out, but I just don't see that in Greek life where I am. I know that at some schools there are sororities and things like that with reputations, and I just think it's really hard to generalize, and I think it's a bummer that they get that stigma. I don't know, I thought I would put that out there because I think it's a bummer that people feel embarrassed to say that they're in Greek life or things like that, because it really is more than the partying and the cattiness that a lot of TV shows and movies make it out to be, because honestly it's nothing like what you see in the movies. I came in and I was a little intimidated, even though I go to school in DC and that's not like a particularly Greek heavy state. Like, I know at the South or even in California, Greek life is a lot more intense, but I was a little bit nervous, and nothing like what I imagined in the best way possible. So I hope this gave you a good overview of Greek life. I hope it helped answer some of your questions. Again, if you have any other ones, leave them in the comments below, and let me know what types of videos you want to see in this series. I'm definitely going to do a whole video talking about recruitment. I'm also going to be doing a recruitment video and maybe some crafting for Big Little Week, because I'm starting to do that, which I'm really, really excited about. So I hope this was helpful. I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye, guys.